Anyway,
Which one you
fuck
flipping?
yeah,
Dude, is this
dude.
gonna be,
Hold on.
let me finish.
No, yeah.
Is this gonna be like the Scorpion where he's actually goated and they never use him?
Yes, it is going to be like that.
Then I gotta see it. I don't know
Oh
who this character
god,
is.
this is before we even did the Scorpion one, and I'm not gonna post this one because this one's gonna go into the other thing. But holy shit, I saw a clip of just a short on YouTube, and I knew there was good vibes on this character, and good vibes,
And they never use him? Let's check
Yep.
it out. I have no clue.
and they never fucking use him, dude. Oh my god, I was
Close that shit.
dude. 19th. Let's go with.
1939.
I closed it, dude. I closed it.
The OG Batman. Why'd you close it?
Well, hold on. Let me just lay it down real quick. I don't have to make a screenshot.
You don't gotta make a screenshot.
I don't have to make it. Read that for me.
The first villain Batman faced was a character called Dr. Death.
The
in
first
Detective
villain.
Comics, followed by Mad Monk. Mad Monk.
Yeah, I'm
The
assuming
first
that.
well-known Batman face was Dr. Hugo he's old, okay.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are old. Obviously, they got rid of Mad Monk. You know what that motherfucker looks like in the 40s comics. Dude, I ran through the original comic book, and then
You should have did that with me. We could have just saw it.
I ran through the original comic book. There wasn't a name brand villain, and I was like, "Is this guy for real? The first Batman villain?" Because that's fucking crazy.
The GOAT before Joker.
Before Joker,
That's the thumbnail. It's like move
dude.
over
Before
Joker.
the Joker became this motherfucker, Jesus Christ! And then you got the thumbnails. What the? We'll take his intro. He needs it anyway.
Welcome
Marvelous
to
videos. You
another
didn't
thrilling
show
episode
who the
from
guy
Marvelous Videos.
Hold on. Just let it play for a minute. Look at that motherfucker.
That's the 40s art.
No, that's not
That ain't the
that's not the
40s
40s art. This is clearly early 2000s to later. Also design. His design in the old one is much more mustache
Teeth-oriented?
twirly.
Oh, mustache.
Yeah, he has a mustache and he's like Hugo Strange.
Well, yeah.
That's what he looks like. Anyway, here we go. Just let it rock for a minute. If we see something hype, we see something hype.
I'm your host Gemma, and today I'll be taking you through Dr. Death, Batman's first major supervillain encounter. If Batman is
Even they
regarded
say it.
as one of DC's epitomes of popular creations, the credit for Batman being so popular for this long a time has to be given to his adventures. And if villains did not play their part, where would our superhero and readers get all the adrenaline rush from?
No shit,
With
it
that
takes
in mind,
forever to
we go
get
as far back
Joker.
as 1939 to the golden age of comic books.
Oh, they're
when
explaining
the
it.
devious Carl Helfern made his first appearance. Helfern was a scientist whose insanity was let loose, and he came to be known as Dr. Death. Gotham City and Batman constantly battled against the villain's knack for chemicals and his obsession with manufacturing biological weapons out of them. This member of the science squad in Oolong Island is brilliant and a genius, but he's
He makes he's fucking Caesar Clown from fucking One Piece. He makes biological weapons. How this translate into this motherfucker, I have no idea.
really fucked his face
morality has turned him into a monster. The character met a major reboot in the New 52, but not too far from science, as we shall soon discover. Let's start at the start of it all, eh? One of Batman's first ever supervillain opponents. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's begin. Dr. Death, first comic book appearance. A Bob Kane and Gardner Fox creation, DC introduced Dr. Death in 1939 via issue 29. A mad scientist, genius nonetheless, who went by the name
couldn't
of
find
Carl
it.
Helfern, had a breakthrough while experimenting. He had managed to discover the deadliness of a pollen extract and wanted to make use of it for absolutely no good. His
Pollen?
breakthrough was bad news for Gotham City, as his devious plans included bullying and extorting the rich people of the city. Anyone who tried to go against his demands would of course be killed. Jabba pondered over the fact that Batman could be a threat, only to have Dr. Death point out that that wouldn't be an issue if they managed to kill the superhero even before he got a hint of what was coming. They had to get his attention for their plan to work though, so they left him a letter and put out an advertisement in the Daily Globe exhibiting the crime they intended to commit. Batman did get the message put across.
Dude, who's that red guy?
I have no idea. It was a giant henchman. I don't fucking know. But he said he found a flower with a specific kind of pollen that fucks people up.
Fucks people up chemically or fucks people up mentally? Like,
kills them in this department. I don't think it twists their bones like that guy in the newer version.
But his intelligent self knew that it could be a trap. So, when he went to meet those
He went full Zodiac for that one.
Armed with gas pellets that had only been developed recently, he arrived at the penthouse designated for the meeting. Oh, and it must be pointed out that he truly entered in iconic...
Check the fucking knee pads!
dude, check out the knee pads.
Dude! Oh, that's fantastic.
That's
Suction
fucking...
cup, man! Fuck you!
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
Oh, jeez.
Reminds me of, Adam West.
Dude, fuck that. Suction cup, man.
Man style, using silk cords and climbing equipment with attachments that had strong suction. As soon as he entered the building, he was attacked by goons that Dr. Death had hired. He had barely defeated them.
He even
when
hires
Jabba came
goons,
out
like-
onto the scene and attempted to shoot him. After which he
The
had
guy's
to
name
escape
is Jabba.
immediately with the aid of the gas capsule, creating the much-needed distraction. The action that follows is truly goosebump-inducing, to say the least. Batman changes to his Bruce Wayne avatar and plays
Hey.
some savage tactic games by using the Daily Globe to let Dr. Death know of his escape and survival. The message had Dr. Death shook and enraged. Purely out of retribution, Hellfern decided to go for what he thought would be a sure shot kill. Jabba was instructed to slip some poison to one of John P. Van Smith, who the evil duo had tried to threaten and get money from previously, but he had flatly refused to meet their demands.
Okay.
This guy must be an Indian guy. He must not be red, but he just might be...
Yeah, well, that's a coloring department
have
because
some melanin.
everything in the background seems reddish. He's just more red. Disgusting what ethnicity the giant fat man is.
No, yeah, because it's like, is he a mutant or what? But I'm assuming he's just an Indian
Boy,
guy.
he's just fat.
Yeah.
He's not coming with the OG-ness. He's not coming back, dude. What if the old the fucked up looking Dr. Death actually had a random Jabba?
That'd be hilarious.
Just a random fat guy. So yeah, they just run around chemically killing people and fucking them up and then extorting them. That's what the storyline's all about. And the Department of Dr. Death.
As Death attempts to get out of the scene, there are toxic chemicals galore, and Dr. Death throws one of these vials at Batman, who dodges it with a whole fire extinguisher projectile thrown. Got to give it to Batman though. One of us would have also thrown something, anything, at that kind of an enemy. A fire starts in their presence, and Dr. Death is soon engulfed in flames. Batman practically flees from the site.
Oh, he
hoping
killed the
that
man.
Dr. Death has met his namesake of a All this jazz happens before the new 52 comes
Oh, it's
into
the new
picture,
52.
where Dr. Death is an all-new scientist.
Yeah,
but a
2006
monster
around.
in behavior and appearance. This time around, he developed a serum that helped his bones grow, making him disfigured, but a strong villain nonetheless. He remained, in both versions, one of the first foes of Batman by and large.
He remained one of the first foes of
The most
Batman.
exciting story arc. Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder, well within issues 21
What?
to 24 of the Batman Zero Year arc, gave the readers a fantastic overview of how Gotham
that's the
came to be
Fortnite
as
one.
it was in the hands of Batman. It was quite anticipated that an antagonistic presence would cause chaos soon, and once again, Dr. Death delivered. The police commissioner was left exasperated, hoping that the crime scene Batman just left wasn't all too ruined for them to extract evidence from. The crime scene was marked
Yes,
by the
there we
dude,
go.
the victim's bones
Motherfuckers,
twisted to an
crazy.
extent. It so seemed that an external force was at play there. A
Look
poison
at that
was
shit.
used because this body was the second victim to have been found in conditions like these. Batman being
He's
who
a
he
fucking
was,
human
was reported
tree.
to be seen at both of these places, but only to look. These claims of faith came from several people, including Lieutenant Jim Gordon, who maintained this stance throughout despite strong opposition. Terrorist actions and the news of an approaching superstorm had already affected Gotham a great deal, and Batman was their silver lining of the overhanging cloud of issues that they faced, simply because he was noble and he had helped. As little as he may have been able to
fuck
do,
is that?
the
Doesn't-
citizens
oh,
were
that's a
grateful.
drawing,
Back at the
okay.
crime scene, Jim re-emphasized that the sole witness, Pamela Isley, a research assistant and co-worker of the victim, had already clarified what she had seen right before the body was discovered. A skeletal-looking individual, not known to her, had entered the building with a valid pass. Jim
Pause.
also pointed out that the victim
So give me the rundown on why he decided to inject himself and whatnot.
They are literally just getting to that. I'm gonna probably skip that whole part with the bat bike and the awesome bat bike, but they're just getting to that specific context.
Because is the backstory the same to where he sees the flower and whatnot? And he
We
does
no,
all
we
that
we don't know
story?
yet. They're literally just getting to the backstory now.
Oh,
He
okay.
just popped up in the comic book. But that fucking
No, but
death
that
scene was
giant
awesome.
tree though.
Yeah, he just popped up. His character design. Him.
But the tree
He walked
was
by.
somebody else. He turned.
Yeah, he
somebody
killed him.
into the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
was Dr. Paggi, a botanist who had been under the service of Wayne Enterprises. It was a safe bet to make that Paggi was the unfortunately successful target of some sort of injection, with its contents causing bones to grow wildly and out of the body, splitting it apart from the inside. Bruce, after quite a bit of hard
What the
work
fuck?
on biochemistry that he did not understand fully, was able to
is that
at
Red
least
Hood?
decipher that the formula that had killed the two victims
I don't
was
think so.
indeed an extraordinary and dangerous bone-growing mix. He also learned
Bone-growing
that the measures
mix,
to
yeah.
develop it were first taken by one Dr. Carl Helfer.
Hold on, that haircut is killing me. Who drew Bruce Wayne this way?
That's Bruce?
That is not suave at all. That hurts my eyes.
I like how Alfred looks though.
It's specifically because he's wearing a t-shirt, dude. Maybe if he... No, even if he was wearing a suit, he would still look derpy as fuck. Why does he look like that?
Another former employee of Wayne Enterprises. This theory was, in Bruce's opinion, well backed by evidence of experiments on animals that had gone wrong, leaving them torn apart by their skeletons growing. They had never gotten hold of the accused, but he had been appropriately renamed Dr. Death. Instead of informing the police because he simply didn't trust them and thought that they were awfully corrupt, Bruce made his way to an acquaintance at Gotham University School of Engineering.
Okay, no, he didn't find any pollens or anything like that. He just was fucking around with chemicals, and then they were doing treatments on animals, and those animals happened to turn into
Akira
bone
Bone
trees.
Trees?
Yeah, they happen to be turning into bone trees, and so he took the
Dude,
research. I'm
imagine-
assuming, and then
Dude,
he
imagine this is a movie. It would just be the Batman the horror movie.
yeah, he took the research and used it on people. I don't know why he chose to use it on the Wayne people, but we'll figure that out.
Get Sam Raimi on this shit.
He met Lucius Fox, as he intended to, found him pulling some late hours at work. After a polite chat, Bruce slowly turned the topic to Dr. Helfern. Fox revealed that he
His
himself
name's the same
had hired
too.
3 individuals, Kelver, Paggi, and Helfern, when Bruce's
Oh,
uncle
it's-
Philip had taken over Wayne.
It's the other two scientists. He killed. They were hired by him, and he killed the other two. I'm assuming he's gonna go for Lucius.
Enterprises business, while Kelver and Paggi were the 2 victims whose names were on every
Nice.
team at Gotham.
Yeah,
Helfern
dude.
was out and about. Lucius opined that Helfern seemed
Lucius
to be
exists?
a genius
Damn.
beyond expectations, immediately presenting ideas backed by foundational sources.
Oh, yeah, this is
all
2006.
related to complex
I forgot.
biochemistry and nanomedicine. He sought to invent a chemical agent that could power through one's bloodstream, making bone fibers respond to it and alter bones at cellular levels. Bones would harden when impacted, causing near to nil breakages and be potentially bulletproof. However,
He tried to make bulletproof people. You know how like they had the epidermis shit from Hitman?
Perhaps you should consider shooting him.
Subdermal body armor.
What, they actually got that to work?
Yep.
Yeah. He tried to make, or, you know, the fucking redheaded kid
bone
from
armor, yeah.
My Hero Academia. He tried to make people that had bones that were basically indestructible bones, and fucked it up.
Oh yeah, that'd be oh, that's awesome.
However, if anything was as unstable, uncontrollable, and unstoppable as the serum, it was Dr. Helfern himself. Last that anyone had apparently heard of Dr. Helfern after he had been fired from Wayne Enterprises was all about his shenanigans with illegal, privately funded laboratories testing his serum out. Right as one would expect things to rest, things spring into action. A lot of things. In one swift move, Lucius jammed a syringe into Bruce's neck, a syringe filled with you-know-what. Actually, no one knows what, except that we do, because Lucius says that the serum was his dream project as well. In that evil, calm aura of his, Fox tells Bruce that
Look
he
at the
should-
art on that.
Lucius stabbed him in this comic. I do not like the concept of this comic book in the context of the art of specific characters, and I have no idea why Lucius Fox would be. And it's not the New 52 version. It's the Fortnite version, or I think so. At least she put up Fortnite versions of Batman and explained it was a Year Zero Batman thing. But I think this is New 52. Anyway, Lucius Fox works for this guy. I do not know how you would do that and then have that How would Lucius Fox work for Batman if he just tried to kill him? That's kind of stupid.
I have no clue.
Start counting his moments as he would meet Dr. Death soon enough. Dr. Death
Fantastic.
is unstoppable as ever. Dr. Death, the powers he holds. If cunning minds and an ability to turn people to your side of the game were considered an Olympic sport, our supervillain here would win gold medals, multiple times at that. This evil genius of a man explored a subject like biochemistry to the extent where he was able to make something that affected human beings and animals, manipulating them at cellular levels. As disgusting as his wounds may be, and as much as they affect his appearance, even to the extent that he was labeled a monster instead of just a mad scientist, he feeds and thrives on chaos. His purpose of recovering quicker or not being affected by bone-breaking instances and events is absolutely fulfilled. That affects, of course, his stamina too. He was bold enough to use himself as a specimen and had no regard or respect
What
for
the-
life in general, including
So he became a superhuman. He got superhuman strength and durability,
Well,
And,
we
uh,
kind of expected that.
and became the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
bone. As significant a character as it sounds like, it
But you
seems that the
never
DC
see this
universe
motherfucker.
Yeah, it's wild you
hasn't
never see
given us
him.
enough of
0%.
Dr. Death against Batman or
He
any
This seems
other
like an
DC
easy Batman
superhero for
horror
that
movie.
matter. Honestly,
It's a
how many
layup.
times can one actually claim that they have battled death, quite literally and figuratively, because rest assured, he looked and did everything like his name. It would be a glorious read or watch. Psst, psst. Folks at DC, are you listening? And if you liked our content,
No, they
don't
weren't.
forget to
I don't know
leave
when
a
you made
like
this
and
video,
subscribe
but
to us.
they-
If you haven't
they
They
already,
weren't
click
listening
on
for
and
shit.
Be safe. Thanks, everyone.
That was fucking cool as fuck.